So a lot of people ask me, "Hey, will this work for me?" And the answer is, we don't really know for sure. But there are a couple of things that we can do to predict whether or not it will work. And one of the main things is before we work together, we'll always run a forecast. So what we'll do is we'll take the area of which you're trying to target. So maybe your service area of counties or cities or whole states even, and we'll run a forecast. So here's an example of a forecast that we ran for, I think it was a city in California called San Diego. And it came out with 71 conversions. So I'll just walk you through what this means is essentially Google is able to predict, because it has all the data, a forecast for you. So we tell Google, hey, if we spent about $60 a day or $1,800 a month, how many conversions can you bring back? So this is the estimate it gives us. It knows the number of conversions. And once again, conversions is going to be a phone call or a lead submission, right? If you saw my previous videos, we describe these metrics. And then you can see CPA as cost per acquisition. That's going to be how much money it is per lead. So cost per conversion, essentially. And then we have clicks, how many times someone clicked on it. We have impressions. Impressions are how many times someone saw your ad. The cost is how much you're spending. And then CTR, we talked about this earlier, is click-through rate. That's going to be 856 over 6.8 thousand. And then cost per click is going to be the cost divided by the number of clicks. So you're paying about $2 per click, about $25 per conversion, and you're going to get about 75 conversions or 71 leads per month. So if this was a number that came out, this is actually very good numbers. We would say, yeah, it looks like we're going to be able to do something because we have a pretty high number of conversions. So the one thing that we're looking for is if your area is too small and there's not enough people searching for funeral services in that area, then you're not going to be able to sell enough funeral services, right? So you got to make sure your area is big enough. So that's one thing we're looking for. Another thing we might look at is the competition, right? It depends on what your goals are. But let's say you're trying to launch a direct cremation brand, so you're competing on price, and you look at the area. A lot of people are advertising the area, and their price is lower than yours. Then we might consider, maybe we need to match their price or something because if your price is two times more than their price, that might be an issue, right? If you're a funeral home, you're advertising based on other things, then it may not be that big of an issue because you're not focusing on price, but it just depends on what your goals are. And also, basically, like I said before, the entire market is an auction. So every time someone searches, you're bidding against other competitors. So the competition matters a lot because if there's no one bidding, the prices are lower. If there's more people bidding, the prices are higher, right? So for example, a lot of times what might happen is someone Googles, let's say one thing that happens a lot, let's say someone Googles your name, right? But then someone's advertising on your area. They may show up before you, even though that someone's looking for you. Your competitor might show up before you because they're competing on your keywords, right? So what you want to do is you want to outbid them. So you advertise as well, so you show up above theirs, right? You also advertise with their keywords, you show up above theirs as well. So even though someone's searching for you, your competitor might capture that traffic as they're searching through Google. So you want to be really aware of how this works, and you want to make sure that your market's big enough and that you want to be aware of what the competition is doing before you start advertising.